Edgar Wright is a director with an incredible filmography of must-see movies, and his most recent film also works as a tribute to a handful of acting greats who have passed away. Wright's name is back in headlines ahead of his remake of The Running Man, which is his first feature film since 2021. That year, Wright made Last Night in Soho, an original idea and his first foray into the horror genre outside his iconic horror comedy, Shaun of the Dead. In fact, the film takes elements from most of his previous works, though it's not a movie we look back at when we miss the 3 cast members who died after filming. Last Night in Soho marks the final movie performances of numerous acting legends. Diana Rigg as Ms. Collins looks at an unseen character in Last Night in Soho. Unfortunately, Last Night in Soho was the final film in the iconic careers of 3 legends. Those performers are Diana Rigg, Terence Stamp, and Margaret Nolan, and they played key parts in the movie. Rigg, known to most modern audiences for her role as Olenna Tyrell in Game of Thrones, passed away before the film was actually released. Diana Rigg has a prominent role in the film as Ms. Collins, the landlady of the place where the protagonist, Eloise, is staying. The two have an interesting relationship that gets even more intriguing when the film's big twist comes into play. The iconic Terence Stamp plays a character simply known as the silver-haired gentleman for most of the film, but is ultimately named Lindsay. He's a mysterious man around town who Eloise is suspicious of. Stamp brings his signature demeanor to the role and is part of the movie's many twists. Finally, there's Margaret Nolan, who appeared in movies like Goldfinger and A Hard Day's Night. She pops up in a relatively small role in Last Night in Soho, playing the sage barmaid, who forms a bit of a bond with Eloise. Last Night in Soho was a strong movie to go out on. Thomasin McKenzie as Ellie looking scared with her arm over her mouth in Last Night in Soho. Ultimately, Last Night in Soho was the final role for all 3 of these legendary actors. As sad as that is, at least their last movie got to be something so good. Last Night in Soho was well received, scoring a 75% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. This movie is another feather in the cap of Edgar Wright's impressive filmography. From the screenplay to the performances to the stellar editing and more, Last Night in Soho has a lot of good stuff going for it. Not many people can claim such a stylish movie as their final role. On top of Last Night in Soho simply being a high-quality movie, all 3 actors deliver in their final performances. Rigg blends wholesome with a bit menacing, Stamp manages to be both unsettling and mysterious, and Nolan is perfect in her small role. It all makes Last Night in Soho a perfect watch to honor these talented actors.